Tonight, the electricity cut out for a second and then came back on. Mom said there was a lot of ice on the power lines and we were probably gonna lose our electricity at some point. She said that we needed to keep the freezer door closed so the food inside didn't thaw out and get ruined. She also said we needed to keep the doors of the house shut so we didn't lose too much heat. Manny got really upset, and whenever he gets scared, he hides in his room. One time Manny was younger, I told him a witch lived in our basement and he got really spooked. He went missing for a few hours, but we eventually tracked him down to his sock drawer. Mom was right about the electricity because 15 minutes after her prediction, the power cut off and didn't come back on. She tried to call the electric company, but her mobile phone battery was dead. Every hour, the temperature dropped another 2 or 3 degrees, and we had to get a blanket to keep ourselves warm. Manny just stayed in his room the whole time, and I'm sure he was scared out of his mind. And I was actually pretty worried myself. When you are used to having electricity, then all of the sudden it's taken away. You're basically just one step away from being a wild animal. And with no phone or TV, we were totally cut off from the outside world. And I would have felt a lot better if our street was plowed because when we did at least get connected to the rest of the civilization, but I'm sure the snowplow guy is gonna come to our street last because every time he comes up and our hill he gets ambushed. There really was not any point in staying awake. I just went to bed and Roderick followed me into the room, and a few minutes later it was freezing cold, and I remember a story I did read in a magazine about these two guys who were stranded out of in the wilderness and had shared a sleeping bag to conserve heat. But I looked over Roderick and thought about for a second, and then I decided my dignity was more important to me than staying alive. All I can say is prisoners got to be a lot than this. I'm sure they granted you a warm cell and 3 meals a day. So when the police do come back, I believe me, I will be ready to go.